Hello everyone, and welcome to this live stream about digital painting, photo bashing, and a little bit of 3D today. I am Michael, and this is the day 3 of the Digital Painting Live events with our guest Sebastien.
Hi everyone.
Okay, doing good today?
Yeah, doing good.
I'm excited.
Day, unfortunately.
I'm excited because Sebastien is crazy fast. Like he always starts from a blank page, and 2 hours after you have this amazing concept art pictures. Maybe we can show what you did on the first day and on the second day. If you can find the files, it will be good for our friends. Okay, so let us know in the chat where you are from, because we are live from Paris. Let me check on the website if everything looks good. Hey Natalie, we have Natalie from London. Awesome, thanks for watching. We have also I see Ryan. And okay, so I will just do a tiny settings in the chat and we can start. So Sebastien, do you have your files ready? I want really to show what you created on the first day and on the second day, because it was awesome. Okay, they can see your screen now, if you want to explain what happened.
So this is the first one with a bit of different elements, but it's kind of the same. So I started with just geometry and shapes, and then I photo bashed with different textures, and then I add lights and feel like we are the docker into his cabin.
Okay.
Piloting.
Wow, we have people from Malaysia, Algeria. So cool. US.
So this is the one.
So yeah, and so you need to understand that he really started from a blank page, and this is what he got like 2 hours after. He has this unique technique where he starts with just digital painting, and then he goes on Adobe stock to find pictures of textures, you know, and he would just apply the textures, play with the light. I really invite you to watch the replays. They are all available already of day 1 and day 2 on the Adobe Creative Cloud YouTube channel. People from Montreal, they have a lot of very good...
Bonjour.
Bonjour, Montreal. Very good concept artists in Montreal. Ubisoft is there.
And this is the second one.
Again.
Much more a derelict environment with a structure. We don't really know what it is. But I started from a sketch, colored sketch, and then I added textures as well, and lighting, and it's a draft, so you can have fun painting over the photos. So I will finish both pieces later on, so that you guys can see.
It's already good. It's already good, Sebastien. Don't be shy.
I like to put extra love into my images. So okay, and today sorry for my back.
So today, what's the plan?
Today, what's the plan? We'll talk about thumbnailing and grayscale. So maybe a little bit less painting, but I will show you some very straightforward composition.
Okay.
And how my process to thumbnail a little bit traditionally and digitally. And how to add 3D elements.
Yes,
in it.
This is exciting.
Changing a structure into 3D.
Like the 3D engine of Photoshop. A lot of people don't know that you can use 3D models in Photoshop.
And finally, I try to show you some different moods for a sunset environment.
Nice.
So
interesting.
How we can play. Hope we'll have time.
Yeah, if you had the chance to watch the replay from day 1 and day 2, or if you were live with us, on Tuesday and Wednesday, Sebastien shared with us this technique of using lookup tables, LUT files directly in Photoshop, which is usually something we use in the movie industry, in Premiere Pro or After Effects, but using them in Photoshop, and it's so smart, and it gives this cinematic look, like this dramatic atmosphere. This is so good. Hey, Brooklyn. Okay. Always New York. That's good. Hey, Piotr from Poland.
Okay, well, so off we go.
Sebastien, have you ever used, is a question by Render Jude. That's a good name.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried Project Felix? Do you know what this is?
Yeah. No, never.
Not tried it yet? Oh, okay.
But I know what it is.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's good for 3D objects in on top of a picture. Yes, rendered Hue, and the Project Felix team is really actively working on it. They will be on Adobe Live event in July with some Project Felix. So make sure to be back on adobelive.com. It will be at the end of July. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thumbnailing. It doesn't have to be necessarily a very detailed thing. It's just to put rough ideas onto the canvas and paint it.
Okay.
It's very
Is it like a mood board or you?
Yeah. No, it's not mood board. So
you want to show this? Okay, let's try with the GoPro. Okay.
That's what I'm doing. So it's really.
Yeah. Maybe you see on the screen.
Okay.
This is what they can see.
So this is scribble and doodles. Very bad drawing, sorry. But it's just for me, so it's not an illustration or whatever.
Okay.
It's just for me to block an idea that I have for anything, just a landscape I'm in front of, so in life's drawing, or just in front of a movie. This is tips actually that I got from great artists. So this is really a great tip. When you're watching a movie, you can have your sketchbook with you, and once you see a very good frame, an interesting frame, then you quickly sketch it, with like so. So you can prepare your frame already.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's a source of inspiration for yourself. I mean, once you're out of inspiration, you can go into your sketchbook and browse your pages and see, oh, this one, maybe I can try this one for personal project, or even you can suggest that kind of composition to your clients. So it's pretty smart. So as you can see, it doesn't have to be very clean line as far as I'm concerned. Some people really like clean stuff, so I think this is really amazing. But since it's for me, I understand my own language, so my language is this one in my images, so I understand them. And what we're gonna do today is we will get inspired from this one. So this one is an idea.
Oh, okay. You want to try this one? Okay.
So we'll try this one that I prepared a little bit. So I won't paint that much, but I show you what we can do with that.
Awesome. Okay.
So what you can do is you have this one. You have the papers, and then you can very quickly block them digitally in black and white, just for values. So let's start.
The glove is a smudge card. Yes. This is something you can find on Amazon. Also, if you search on Amazon glove for Wacom tablets.
Yeah. So
it's not very expensive.
Another thing about that, it's you can buy a glove, a ski glove. You can find.
Oh yeah.
It's the type of glove that you put under.
And you can cut.
And you just cut. And if your mother is doing, sewing, you can just have clean something.
Or your father.
Yeah. And and then it's
okay.
It's cool. A smudge glove.
I see.
It's just a tip. Okay, so I'm gonna show you very simple shapes.
And yes, the goal of the glove we can explain. So
yeah, so it's
very smooth.
Yeah.
And also you keep the sync clean.
Clean. And if you sweat, if you're sweating with your hand,
you have some oil.
You will be blocked, or it's less easy. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so do you have something ready, or you start from scratch?
I can start from scratch.
No, that's
I have something already ready to show you. So here's the first.
The foreground.
Is the first shape.
Okay.
It could be the foreground or midground.
Okay.
What we're talking about is the rule of thirds. I know you guys maybe know the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is to cut your image into third parts, And for that, you can have a grid like so. Okay, it's gonna be a bit smaller, but I think it's important to mention that. And considering the red grid here, you have your point of interest into your frame. So I'm really talking about environment here. Oh, sorry, I have to load my brush.
Yes. It's because Kyle did a mess again, right? Because we share the computer and the Cintiq with all the guests today. So if you're just joining, we are live for more than 4 hours, and we were with Kyle Webster, who is the brush maker of KyleBrush.com, but also of a special set of brushes that he designed just for you, and they are free. And these are the Munch brushes inspired by Edvard Munch. You know, he's the famous painter who painted the screen. So you can download them. If you are on Adobe Live.com, go on AdobeLive.com. On the right, there is a Munch contest tab. You enter the contest and you will have a page with all the details. And there is a link that says download the free brushes. And you can use them. And they are amazing. And you used them yesterday, I remember. Yeah, that was cool. Okay, did you get your brushes back?
That's okay. Then
Kyle, he's always making a mess, you see. But thanks for playing the game, because Sebastien, usually he works on the PC, which also tells us that you can use either a PC or a Mac, you know, there is no difference with Photoshop. Seriously, absolutely no difference.
Okay. Keep it circular.
So we use workspaces, Diego, but it's just for the layout, and it doesn't, unfortunately, memorize the tool presets. We tried. Oh yeah, the scream. Look, the scream is in the chat. See? Oh. There's a scream emoji.
Cubic circular. Okay.
Good one, pearly cream cheese.
I don't have my shortcut to reduce. Or
Which one? With the brackets?
To reduce, yeah.
No.
Where is it?
Is it here? No. What did you use yesterday?
Here, but it changed.
What do you mean?
It's not working anymore. So you have to maybe to.
Oh, maybe you can create.
Yeah.
Is it your workspace? Did we load your workspace?
Oh, maybe not. You're right. Correct. There you go. Thanks. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Okay.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Hey, Paul. Thanks for joining.
Okay, so your point of interest in the image will be preferably here.
Okay.
Here, here, and here.
Okay.
I use preferably because it's not compulsory, of course. It's just to make your image a little bit more appealing, interesting. So this would be what we call the focal point. So the point where your eyes should stay on into your image. And the other ones would be secondary points. So points of interest as well, but secondary. If I develop the thumbnail here, so I'm gonna put a foreground with a hiker.
What is this? That's a hiker. Okay. We love hiking at Adobe. That's fine.
Okay, then in the back, gonna put some clouds. Another mountain. So we'll talk about this mountain later. Okay, so here we have pretty much an unbalanced composition. What I mean by that is just that we have a lot of volumes here and nothing special here. So this way, the only focal point that would be interesting, if we read the image from the viewer, I mean from the eye here, it would be something like this. So the focal point would be rather here or here.
Okay.
Okay, so it feels a bit unbalanced here. So what we will do, it's a bit like yesterday, we will add a structure.
Juan Pablo is asking like, so this is a nice grid. So this is with the rows of the 2/3. Do you use the golden spiral sometime? No.
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 No, but it's
Yeah.
I see what it is, but
Yeah.
I like this one.
But you end on. I mean, you can end on the same focal point anyway.
Yeah.
Even
absolutely.
with the spiral. Okay.
So just like yesterday, we're gonna add a huge structure that will come here to cover and to frame a little bit more.
Okay.
To avoid empty spaces, because here the eye doesn't know where to go. Okay. So my structure. So it's a structure that I paint by hand.
Whoa, it's a big structure.
Very
Nice. I like it.
very simple. It's just a triangle.
Very simple. I mean,
So how I did that? Just one layer, then you put another one behind to create the 3D, the 3-dimension volume. Same on, and then you add to have your structure. So what the hell is it?
Good question.
It's fine to have a structure, but what could it be?
What could it be? Okay, maybe we can ask the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, let us know in the chat what could be this structure. Me, I have no idea. So is it in the future?
Yeah, it's
supposed to be futuristic?
It's gonna be sci-fi. Yeah.
Okay, science fiction, France. What could this be? And we will see what Sebastien has in his mind. I have no idea. Okay. We'll give you 1 minute. Oh, they like the structures, yeah. They look like the Verge logo. Yeah, it's true. You know the Verge, is the famous magazine. Yeah. Stargate, someone says. Could be a portal.
Not for, yeah.
Alien gateway.
Yeah,
Warp
absolutely.
gate. Yeah, that's it.
Well done. So the focal points are there and there. So what we could do here, because of the structure, it would be really cool to put a sun. So the sun would glow around here. So it would be a first point of interest in the image. And the lecture then is really simple. It goes from here to here. Now what I wanted to talk about shapes, because
Hyperspace gate. Yeah. There's a gate. I mean, I think you all got it. You are better than me. I had no idea.
this shape here, this mountain.
Mountain. I found it.
Yeah.
It's a mountain.
When you paint it, it could be different shapes.
What do you mean?
Well, it could be.
Use a lasso.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be one.
You could do something like this.
Okay. Remember how crazy Sebastien is. Remember that now it's 8 p.m. in Paris. 20 minutes. We only have gray shapes. Okay. We will see what will happen within 1 hour. He's crazy.
During this mountain, you feel like you have a big volume now here, but the problem is that the eye chase for empty spaces. So here you have empty spaces, so your eyes go outside the frame.
Not
so you
good.
feel like you're going there, but there is something interesting which is emptiness actually here. So this slippery mountain is not the best option, and moreover, the top of the mountain is a bit in the middle of the image.
Okay.
So, well, if I just take the image like so, it's already better.
Okay.
To my eyes, maybe. Hope.
No. I follow you. I see what you mean.
Okay.
It's true. It's better.
This way it's better. Maybe the problem is here it's too parallel.
Repetition. Yeah.
So it can give a certain rhythm to your composition, but maybe here it's too parallel.
Yeah.
This one is pretty cool because
more dynamic. Yeah.
More dynamic.
Yeah.
It's a bit parallel, but the guy is overlapping the shape here.
Good point.
And then the pi key is breaking a bit the line with here. So you have something very, very interesting to me, very appealing. Which creates a sort of rhythm. Plus here, repetition. So you have something very where the eye can go naturally. And we'll see.
This is why you start with black and white shapes, basically, with grayscale. Sorry, but okay, so it's really like the composition.
This
what is it like? Is it what, like 50% of the image? You think? Like,
yeah, it's very important. If you have a solid composition, you will definitely have a solid image in the end.
It's a very good advice also for them, as they will enter the contest, if they want to try the Edvard Munch contest, and do another version of the Scream. Composition is key. Maybe you should start with that, to surprise the judges.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be with
If you guys want, if you're interested in this third grid that I did, I can share it with pleasure. It would be cool to share it. It's just lines, but it's a PNG file that I can share.
Okay.
And then if you want it, you just apply it onto your frame, and then you can go directly.
What is the best way to contact you on social networks? Is it on your website or Behance?
I'm almost everywhere. So,
okay.
The best way is probably Facebook.
On Facebook.
On Facebook. You can go to my website, and there's all the social networks.
Okay.
LinkedIn, whatever. So feel free to get in touch. No worries. Okay. So.
Okay, now you feel good about the energy of the picture.
I feel good, and even better when I flip the canvas. It's another thing, that flipping the canvas.
Is it to comfort
your eyes? It refreshes your eyes. So if you get used to this composition, you won't see any flaws, or for you it's great. Once you flip it, and you say, "Oh no, it's not working anymore," because your eyes instantly reanalyze the image. So here it seems like it's working pretty cool. Very nice.
Alamir, so thanks for watching and joining us for the first time. We're using a Mac Pro connected to a Wacom Cintiq 22 HD. So Cintiq is a tablet with a responsive screen, a touch screen. But you can use the Wacom stylus and be very precise. You can have the tilt, the pressure. So it's really one of the best device for digital painters. And you can connect a Cintiq to a PC or Wacom. Okay, it's just a monitor adding some touch capabilities, and you can directly draw on Photoshop. That's awesome. See her basic photography concept. Yeah, it's true. Like, you share with composition the same principles like photography.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Are you a photographer too? You like to take pictures?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. What's the keyboard shortcut for flipping the canvas, Geo? Well, so this is an action.
It's an action.
It's a Photoshop action. With Photoshop, you can record actions. So you can say, okay, record an action, go to Edit, Image, Flip Horizontal, stop the recording, and then you can assign it to any shortcuts. So in the case of Sebastien, he created the action.
Flip horizontal.
And said, if I press F5, function key 5, then I flip the canvas. Okay, so if you surprise yourself when you use Photoshop, always doing the same task, always going to the same menu or doing the same sequence of tasks, remember that you can use actions. Okay?
Yeah. It's very, very convenient. Very convenient. Okay, so now it seems like we have a pretty solid composition.
Okay.
But it lacks storytelling. It lacks, you know, what the guy is doing here. What is he looking at? So, apparently it would be like a portal. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, what arrives from a portal usually is a spaceship.
Okay.
So
I had
the
no
spaceship,
idea. I trust you. So it's a way to travel from one planet to another one?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. Oh, there is a spaceship.
Here is the spaceship. So very simple shapes.
Okay, yeah.
Decompose how I did it.
You just added some shapes.
Very simple shapes. Here I duplicate this one and squash it a little bit.
Okay.
Then copy and paste. A bit of round structure, antennas, of course. And seems like a bit of a flying something, like, you know, wings. Okay, so now, still flipping the canvas. Now we have a bit more of storytelling. Apparently, the hiker is witnessing that a spaceship is arriving and stuff.
Oh, maybe he's saying hi to his friend is in the spaceship. Hey.
So again, if we consider the rule of thirds, my spaceship would be rather here.
Oh, Rob Thomas has a very good trick, yeah.
Or here.
There's a trick in the Photoshop preferences to show the rule of third.
Yeah, you have
with
it.
the guide and the grids, and you can say 100% and 3 subdivisions. Yeah.
With that. Golden ratio.
Oh, and there is this too. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, there's so many ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can generate also a grid of guides now. There is a way in Photoshop, it was for web designers, where you can say, I want 3 columns, you know, and then you would get the rule of third.
Okay.
So many ways. But the PNG is nice because it's a layer that you can hide. When with guides, you will have to hide the guides, and then if you want to add a new one.
In fact, the more you will use...
I like the PNG trick.
Yeah.
And you can have 2 colors. When with guides, you can only use one. So.
The more you will use the rule of third, the less you will need the grid.
Yeah.
Instantly,
you
will work on the thirds of the image.
Okay. But it's good to start.
It's good to start as
with a grid. Okay.
Yeah. And when you are lacking of inspiration, you can always use the thirds and start something from scratch.
Oh, you just there's some shapes on the.
You just you can just start like this.
Okay.
And you have first sort of horizon of thirds, and then start again and have your focal point here. So you can do that. Okay, so back with our spaceship. What is pretty cool is when you have a big spaceship like this, it's to have a fleet around, like flies. So I put some just duplicated, but
it's a big spaceship, yeah.
So we would consider that this one is the mothership with the fleet.
With the bees.
The bees. Where's the guy for? Okay. Now. This structure is great in 2D, but I want something a bit more not refined, but a bit more sci-fi with, with different angles. So something a bit more complex.
More complex, okay.
So what we can do for that, because I didn't put any perspective now, is you can go into Photoshop and then you can work just a shape like this.
Okay, so this is just one layer.
This is just one layer in black.
In Photoshop.
In
Black
Photoshop.
on white.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's more complex. Yeah. Okay, I get what you were saying.
Yes.
You just have like three
You have
straight lines
small
or
straight
straight
lines.
blocks. Now you have okay.
It's typically sci-fi, this kind of diagonal sort of shapes. Then what you can do is you go to the 3D panel
This.
and then you choose new 3D extrusion.
Oh, extrude. Okay. Here we go. So it takes your layer and it will add.
Yeah, maybe it didn't work because the file was locked.
No,
The file was locked.
or maybe it wasn't on the transparent layer. No. If you come back.
Layers.
So
Background. Go back to here. I transformed it into a 3D object. So open. Okay. Now transform it. We would. You're right. Maybe just
maybe isolate the black.
isolate. Yeah. Okay.
And now
Here you
so
go.
you did 3D. So 3D is a workspace. Okay, then you have the 3D tools, and use 3D and
3D
extrusion.
extrusion. Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Better. So now you have a pretty nice structure. We can play with. Thickness is. Why is it going far away?
It's very far away.
Okay, so never mind. So what you do is just you have an object, you have the 3D object extrusion. You can play with the thickness somewhere in the panels. It's here. So extrusion depth. You can work on the extrusion depth if you don't want something very, very extruded, like for layers.
Maybe you can change the view now. There is now a way to go back to. You see, there is current view or default camera. You know, if you click on
where current view.
Current view is this one. What is default camera?
Default camera. Whoa.
Okay, now it's back.
Okay, so you can just have to export it.
Oh, maybe you can try something. Oh, that's the current view. Okay, now we're good. Yeah.
And save or export as.
I refuse. No, I want a coffee because I can smell it. So, can I get one, please?
No, it's not here. File. Export as. Generate. That's a smart grip. Normally you can export it. Quick export as.
You want to export the model?
Yeah, you can export the object as a 3D model, and then you can take it back into 3ds Max just to work with it.
Ah, okay.
Whatever.
Now you're exporting a JPEG now.
Yeah, it's not working. I can't remember where I did that very quickly.
Must be in export, no? So it's not a quick export, that's for sure.
Layers, define, path, render, videos, unify.
Export as, what is it?
That's what I did. It's
It's the same. Okay.
JPEG.
It's not that. So it must be in the 3D menu, no? In 3D.
Oh,
I would do it here, but maybe.
got more sure.
You can
Right.
export a 3D layer
Yeah.
or render document to a file.
Yeah, I'm gonna render it, but I just want to open as a smart object. No. Well, sorry guys, but whatever. It's not very important, but you can save it.
Oh là là, très chic. Merci monsieur.
Café. And
So yes, Jess, what he did is that he created the structure. So you remember just the basic shape, and you go in 3D workspace, 3D menu, extrude from layer, and
then
you can
boom.
change the. Maybe we can show it again.
Yeah,
The settings,
I can do it again.
or maybe the settings. So once you are in the
3D panel.
3D panel,
There.
layer.
There you go. And then you have the
maybe-
camera.
Is it in 3D here? Yeah. Yeah. You select it. Yeah. So you have the extrusion depth
Yeah.
here. Maybe we can show the other stuff, like if they want to play. I think there is the. What is this one? This one, depth. There's the twist. Yeah. I need to go back to 0. What was that? You have the taper. The taper is to give, like the base is like this,
Oh,
and then
okay.
it goes like a
It
vase.
opens, yeah, okay.
Okay.
It opens the shape.
Wow! How did I do that? It's so cool. Let's keep that. So 100. And
So once again, it's just for simple shapes. The extrusion will work just for shapes like this. Or you won't model anything, just a spaceship or stuff like that. It's not for that.
yeah, and you can do the bevel. If you want to emboss also the
Oh, yeah.
structure. So that's powerful. Like from a simple shape,
Yeah.
you can do something really, really cool.
All right, so from this shape, I switched then the structure 2D into this one.
Ah, okay. So you place the 3D layers.
So I placed the 3D layers.
You didn't render
No.
images. So this is still 3D.
No, I rendered it. I rendered it.
You rendered the
it's a 2D. It's a 2D
No, it's a
rendering
2D.
from a 3D object.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So you export
Yeah.
a
I export
PNG
it.
file, or you render the layer,
Yeah.
and you can use it. Okay, I see.
But it's very neutral. I mean, no particular
Yeah.
lighting,
No texture.
no texture, not everything.
Okay.
Here you have the clown rendering, just to quickly select.
So Jess is asking why not create the structure in 3ds Max. I mean, of course, if you know 3ds Max, but
Yeah, you can do it as well.
But now, I mean, we are showing some techniques for Photoshop users, and look at what he was able to do in 5 minutes in Photoshop. I mean, you don't have to learn how to
Yeah.
model anything. Extrude is super cool.
Yeah.
Extrude from a layer
Extrusion
is
is
super
nice.
powerful.
Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit more appealing. It's better this way rather than the 2D.
Yeah, and you have more details.
You have
that's
more
what- yeah.
details.
It's more complex.
Yeah. So now what you have to do is to have a perspective grid for that.
Okay.
So the perspective grid is really simple. You can just take the line tool and do a grid.
Okay, you draw some straight lines.
Yeah.
Parallel line. Oh, great. Okay.
You can do this very quickly,
Okay.
and then
And you
transform the layer,
Oh.
distort, and then you apply.
Okay.
the perspective here is very, very stretched, as you can see.
Yeah.
The green lines are very, very stretched. But that's a good way to do it. You have many ways to have a perspective grid. There are plugins. You have a grid maker in Photoshop.
Okay.
Or you can just do. You have brushes, grid. You have brushes that you can use as well. All right. So what we can do now is to texture a bit.
Mm-hmm. So you will use Adobe Stock?
Yeah.
Sorry, we played with your libraries.
The trick here is that we will desaturate everything. So we won't keep any colors in the textures that we put in.
Oh, yeah?
Almost.
Okay.
Because we'll see how to colorize the image in the end.
Okay.
So.
And this is something we were showing on day 1 and day 2. Now on Adobe Stock, if you go on the website, you have some filters, and you can directly look for desaturated pictures.
Yeah.
Or very saturated pictures. This is a new filter called Vivid Colors.
Well, the first thing I want to do first. The thing that I want to do first is to break the 3D render, because most of the time the problem in many artworks is that it's not consistent in the sense that you have a 2D environment and you feel like a 3D element has been added.
Mm-hmm.
And so the consistency of both is conflicting your eyes. I mean, you feel like there is 3D, but it's 2D, and so you can't really define. So when you have a 3D render like this, it's pretty rough one.
Yeah.
The trick first is to break those very sharp lines with painting to make it more natural.
Because it's too perfect?
Because it's too perfect, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Huh. Interesting. So Count Zero is talking about a tool called Carapace. You know this one?
No.
Really good for generating VP and perspective grids. Okay. A free
Thanks.
tool. Yeah.
Great tip.
Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. I'm actually using a script to automatically generate my grid.
Okay.
I can't remember the name.
Grid generator.
Maybe.
No. There is a famous tool for web designers which is a grid. Is it this one? No?
No.
And the guide is another one. That's true. Guide is like the standard for web designers in Photoshop. I'm not kidding. But now we have new features in Photoshop, so you can generate guides automatically.
Yeah.
It wasn't the case before. So everyone was using guide in the agency. Okay, I see. Okay, I get what you're doing.
And for here, same thing.
So you just paint over?
Yeah.
There is nothing
Just
special.
paint.
You don't blend or
No.
Okay.
For the moment, just paint over.
nothing is wet? No?
No.
Okay.
But it's gonna be rusted.
Of course.
Derelict.
We know what always happens with your environments, right?
Yeah.
We need some rust and some planes and some cables.
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
not Sebastien Hue.
And antennas.
And antennas. and pipes.
Okay. Do it very quickly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have time. You have 1 hour and 10 minutes. You have time. So far, you have gray shapes. So it's a good start, Sebastien.
Okay. Okay, so the other thing is to cut plans,
Yeah.
just like we did with the grounds.
To have a mask.
So
in a
yeah,
way, or-
so you have this structure.
Mm-hmm.
I have to separate it from
Ah, yes. Okay. From the other
from
one.
from the back.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need to. Yeah. And I'm just doing. There's nothing on the layer, but I'm just doing
Just a mask.
just a mask. For after.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This one. So again, clipping mask. Put on top the main structure. So once I want to paint something here, I want to paint something behind.
Okay.
I invert the mask and then
It's to invert the mask. Okay.
no problem.
I wasn't understanding what you were doing. Okay. It's more to be able to paint the structure behind. So you. Okay.
Okay, because we will definitely put some haze to separate clearly both elements here. So that's what I'm gonna do now. So I'm taking a very, very smooth, very soft round brush, and I come and brush just to separate the elements. To push this element in the back. So I forgot to separate this one, but we'll do it later. So the lasso tool is really a very useful tool. It's used by many artists to actually paint, in fact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So again, I paint in the mask. I take
In the toolbar everywhere.
okay,
You invert,
and then
and you can paint behind.
I can paint behind.
Okay.
To push back this structure
Okay. So to push it back, you pretend that there is a haze
for
in
depth.
the air.
It's a matter of depth.
Okay.
I know that in 3D you can add stuff like that. You can add fonts. I'm really showing this in 2D in Photoshop.
Yeah.
But in 3D you can put
you
some
can
haze.
inlay
You
the
can
environment. Yeah.
you can have a depth map, a depth pass, and so
Okay.
on. So I'm not too much of a 3D guy, so I'm just using 3D just as a backbone,
Okay.
just to work on it in 2D in Photoshop.
Okay.
So it's a lot of post work.
Hi Simon, thanks for joining. You're working on this science fiction scene with Sebastien, with this guy on the mountain looking at the spaceship. We go through a portal.
Maybe it's you guys here.
Maybe it's you, Simon.
Maybe one day you'll see a portal like this one.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will.
I'm sure. It will be made by Tesla, for sure.
Speak again.
Atmospheric haze. Yes, Nathan.
Now again.
Oh, the streaming computer is like, there is a new update. Do you want to update your priority system now? I said, no, not now. Thank you. Maybe tomorrow.
Again. Some clouds. I love this one.
Ah, you have your cloud brushes.
Oh, too big.
Oh, la la la.
Ah. Okay, just a little bit. And again, a bit of haze. You can even make it disappear. Okay. Put a bit more of clouds. Yeah, maybe like this one.
Diego is saying, I think that my Mac Mini doesn't support OpenGL. Yeah, you need to check the video card. Oh, so you cannot do the 3D. Yeah. Yeah, Diego. Sorry. Oh, Simon, you were watching yesterday. Okay, he said that the composition was awesome yesterday. He really loved it.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for coming back, Simon. Nice. Oh, yeah, just adding the haze. I mean, it's
Yeah.
crazy. You can already feel the dimension. Wow.
Okay. So now,
Fingdaz, yeah, if you want to share on Twitter a concept scene, if you don't have Adobe stock, that's fine. You can share. You know, it's just for the fun and share what is your creative process. Of course, yeah, share on Twitter. Make sure to add the Adobe Live hashtag, okay? And I will check in 5 minutes and share your artwork. Same for anyone in the chat. If you want to share what you're working on with Photoshop, share it on Twitter and add the hashtag Adobe Live in one word.
again, something very simple, just to keep it simple. The mountain in the background, so we add a bit of shadow.
Rufus, you really inspired Twitter, huh?
Okay.
Oh, yes. You won't be disappointed. Oh my God.
Oh yes, on the horse.
Is it Vladimir Putin? Yeah. Wow. That's a nice one.
Here I put a bit of texture for the mountain, but it's what we call custom shapes. So custom shapes
What is it?
is there. Custom,
Oh, yes, yes.
custom
When you
shape
can
tool.
draw a star.
And you have you can find many custom shapes pack with mountain structures, and you just take the object. You just take the image. It's a vector, I think.
Yeah.
And then you can play with it like this. And it's
So this is something you found on the web?
Yeah.
Mountain structure as a custom shape.
You have many custom shapes from
it's super cool.
From guys like Sparth.
I had no idea you could. Yeah, it's a very good use case.
Yeah. So here you have very, very easily a bit of detail in the mountain. So you put some more haze. You have the shadow.
Okay. Yeah, so darker. Okay.
You have mid value.
Mid values. Okay.
It's rocks or maybe it's snowy. We don't know. Considering the sunset or the place of the sun, we would probably won't have that much details. So it's just to show you a little bit.
Okay.
But we'll see afterwards.
I had no idea.
With the moods. All right. Then let's go back to our structure.
Mm-hmm.
So our structure.
Okay. What's happening on Adobe Stock? So if you don't know what Sebastien is doing, he's using the libraries panel where you can directly search pictures on Adobe Stock, and if you like them, like if they make sense, you can license them. So directly from Photoshop, you can access a catalog of 60 million pictures just with the search engine, and it's super easy to use, and you don't have to go on the web. Like you just stay in Photoshop and you keep working.
Yeah, license this one.
George Carmona is asking, do you sketch to start an image, then push to Photoshop? So George, if you watch the replay at the beginning of the stream, he was sharing his sketchbook, just to have an idea of composition. Maybe you can show it again with the GoPro. You see, so for instance, if you watch a movie, in front of the TV, you say, I really like this composition. Then Sebastien, he would take his sketchbook and quickly draw the composition with some ideas.
Yeah, blank ones, and then you just quickly paint it.
And then he would jump in Photoshop and reproduce he wouldn't scan, he would just reproduce the shapes very quickly.
And the idea on the one we're doing here is this one.
Okay, with the portal.
With the portal.
Nice. Okay, so what is it? This picture? You just keep the one block. Okay.
Okay.
Whoa! Who did that? Oh, that's our friend in the chat. Okay. Yeah, I should show it to Sebastien. He will be happy.
Whoa!
Okay, let me share my screen. So this is our friend Daryl, who's in the chat, and he was watching you on day 1, day 2, and first attempt at trying to build a concept space.
Well, thanks,
man.
Good,
huh?
Yeah, very
Look
good.
At that.
That's cool.
Any advice for Daryl? Like, what would be the next step to improve the picture? He casted the shadow. You see?
Yeah. Yeah, very cool. What you can do is to you can darken this area too.
Okay.
To contrast with your light.
Okay.
Here.
So put the light here.
Yeah.
And here darker.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what you can do as well is to put more atmosphere. You know. So what you can do is just with the gradient tool.
Mm-hmm.
You pick the round one. And then you go on the edge of the structure, and then you paint like this in white, of course, to give a bit more of atmosphere in the image.
Okay.
But it's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Awesome. It's funny to see, on Twitter, like 1 or 2 days after, people We have it with Adobe Live also. With sometimes it's like 3 or 4 months after because someone watched a replay, and then you see an animation, you know, like on Twitter. It's so good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I just try to apply the texture in proper perspective and get rid of this tube here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll see later. And try to make it match a little bit with centric. So I'm gonna remove. Gonna have to put this elsewhere.
Okay.
Maybe I'll try this. Bam. I don't know if you know this one. It's the patch tool. It's really nice to get rid of.
Is it the move, like content aware move, or no? That's the patch tool. Okay.
Yeah. So for retouching the skin.
Yeah.
You know, black spots or stuff. You just do that. You do it with this tool. It's very quick, and then
it works.
And it works really well. So yeah, I explained yesterday, but again with the Dodge tool, what is cool is I want to work to have an impact on the black pixels. So I need to check the shadows so that it brightened the black pixels and not the rest. It's very important.
Yeah, otherwise it has no impact.
Yeah,
the black
otherwise
is still black.
It won't work.
Okay, let us know in the chat what is your favorite science fiction movie. Or your top three science fiction movies. Do you remember this movie from the 90s? It was called Avalon.
Oui,
Avalon?
Yeah.
It was weird, huh? Was it produced or directed from us? Like it was in Eastern Europe, or you know, it was a weird production. Small budget, but the music, oh my god, it was so strong. Did you watch the one recently? What's the name? Passengers. You know? Where,
yeah, I actually liked it.
Yeah, I like the
design.
design.
The architecture is really sick.
It's so good.
Yeah, very good.
And the robot also, like the android at the bar, and
I don't know if it worked.
Oh, Interstellar, yeah, it's a good one. Arrival, I need to watch it. I want to watch it. Should watch it in the plane. Solaris, Blade Runner, yeah. Moon, oh yeah, Moon. Moon is good. Oblivion, yeah, good one.
Oblivion, it's my favorite. One of my favorite. I liked Elysium.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it the one with two worlds and?
It's a gigantic space station in
it's a
elliptical
space
station outside in space,
Okay.
where rich people live and the poor people are on the earth
Oh.
dying.
Oh yeah.
And then it's Matt Damon. It's with Matt Damon.
Okay. Oh, I didn't watch this one. It's good.
Yeah, I liked it very, very much.
I like the one also where you have to buy time.
Oh, with
Time Out?
with
Justin Timberlake. I
Justin
think.
Timberlake.
Yeah. And he steals time from other people. And, oh my god. It's so weird, you know. And then
Yeah,
you
it's-
have your time 0 and boom.
The script
You die.
is not bad.
Yeah, the script was so good. Oblivion, yeah, we talked about Oblivion. Yeah. Valerian, we will see. We'll see what happens
Valerian,
with Valerian.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see, you know. This is really, by
Some great illustrator, great concept artist worked on it. So I'm sure it's gonna be really
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I actually went to the expo in La Cité des Sciences in Paris.
Oh, yeah, there was an exhibition?
Yeah,
Oh, how was it?
and it's good. You see the real comics.
Oh,
so-
okay, yeah. The
Okay,
Fermian voiceover. I don't know what this is, Paula.
Minority Report. I see. Yeah,
Minority
very
Report.
good.
Yeah, very good script.
Inception. My God.
Inception, of course. Interstellar, also. Yeah, I liked it, Interstellar.
Yeah.
Really like this one.
But I'm not sure it's pure sci-fi in Destiny.
It's true, yeah, it's not pure science fiction. You're right.
Well, the purists would say that.
Did you like the guy Alone on Mars? You know, like
Yeah,
with Matt Damon.
Matt Damon too. Yeah, it's pretty.
I liked it because they were kind of also like biology, science. You know that.
This one. Ooh, love that one. People must think that I'm crazy loving
Yeah, just one detail.
just stuff like that.
Ooh.
This is just to try to see beyond what you actually see in the photograph. It's just to see what you can take from it and make something different with it. It's just it's a nice exercise.
Okay. The other great, a lot of people really enjoyed Oblivion.
Yeah,
in the chat.
Oblivion, yeah. I'm not too fan of Tom Cruise, but he's really great in this movie and many others in Minority Report as well.
Yeah, no, he's good. He's good.
He's a great actor.
Yeah. Did you watch the Jack Reacher 1 and 2? No.
No, I didn't see it. Didn't see the one.
Number 1 is good. Good script. Good script. Remember to ask about the killer lens later. When you... Oh yeah, with Therese, yeah. Rufus will remember, don't worry. In 2001, Space Odyssey. Of course, Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick, of course. There is a Ribamelo with Jack Nicholson in Shining. That's the avatar. You see the avatar? At the bottom. It's like, Wendy? Wendy! Should put some sound effects on this. Wendy? 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 Where are you, Wendy?
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Wendy?
Come with me. This one scared me to death. I saw it when I was 13. It scared me to death. The scene with the blood and
So
and
good.
the wall and oh my god.
And the girls.
Jack Nicholson is.
Yeah. It's another level, huh? I can do that. Oh, Dune, yeah. Dune. The movie, yeah, was okay. But have you played Dune on a PC?
No.
In the 90s? No? Inspired by the movie, was it Lynch? Yeah. I think it was a David Lynch movie, right? Okay, maybe I'm just saying something stupid. No, yeah, it was.
I think I'm going to use this patch for... This patch is really cool. Okay. So I won't show you everything. I won't texture it everything on it. Just now the process that I used. That I did it on the first one.
Yeah.
So I
watch
won't have
it,
time
so
to map and
just
to
go for
texture
it.
everything. So I just move forward. I'm gonna put this one, but I want to show you something else.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so we did the movies, science fiction movies. Now let us know in the chat if there is a science fiction video game which really inspired you. And we can go with old school games, okay? We can go back to the 80s, 90s. I would be more than happy to talk about it. I have one in mind, but I give you 5 minutes before sharing it, because I have a very good one in mind. It should become a movie, or they should do a new video game because it was so good. But okay, I will drop the name in 5 minutes. Duke Nukem? No, come on.
Tron. Tron is a movie and a video game,
Yeah.
I think.
Star Fox? Yes. Gee, I like this spirit.
Xenon.
Xenon.
Xenon, whatever. I can't remember.
Star Fox, yeah. Star Fox was huge on the Nintendo. It was the first time there was some 3D polygons stuff. 24 FPS. It was good. Minecraft, no. Doom, not really. Yeah, there were aliens. Okay. Doom, okay. I'm sure you can do better.
Bring it on.
Pac-Man? No. Half-Life? Okay. Space Invaders? Okay. Okay, so now I will drop a game. Let me know in the chat who played this game. That would be awesome if someone played this game. The name of the game is Syndicate. And it was, yeah,
Never heard about it.
very long time ago. On the PC, Amiga 500, Atari ST. And it was a game where you would have like 4 characters in a 3D isometric views. And they had this power of convincing people to follow them. And you would have missions with guns and everything. But then if I go next to you, I can do woo, and then you will follow me, and then at the end you have a group of people following you. And you can use it as a shield, you know? Like if
okay.
people, then you would be killed before me. And Syndicate, it was so good. I need to find some screenshots.
I know this.
I mean, look at the UI. That was the UI. And this is how to select the team and everything.
I mean, at that time, it was so great.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so fun.
It was one of the best game ever. It was very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because video games back in the day, super hard. The music, you know, you only have like this poor, like this sound blaster, you know, like sound card. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like, you know, like the polyphony, maybe only 16 tracks to make sounds. Just, or maybe just 8 tracks, and it was so good. Ah, someone played Syndicate. Cordell, you're my man. Oh, Jonathan, you remember playing it? Oh, nice. Okay. But they should do a new refresh. I saw that they are working on a new version of Duke Nukem. This is something
really?
they announced on the E3. Yeah, it looks fun actually. It looks like a good one. But we need a new Syndicate. Okay, the portal looks very good now. A little bit Oblivion-esque. A little bit, no?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Ah, some people are excited for the new Duke Nukem. Yeah. It looks weird, this new game. It looks fun. Duke Nukem was really fun. It was
Yeah,
one
it
of
was
the
really
first.
fun.
It was funny. It was a funny video game.
Apply. And then... What did I do? Not this one. Okay. Ooh, better. All right.
Have you worked on video games?
Yeah. I worked. It was actually my first.
Okay.
My first job for a studio. It was L30 in Toronto. And I had to first do the illustration for the game, for the jacket.
For the jacket.
Yeah.
For the cover. Okay.
And then I did 4 concept arts for the game, and it was sold on Steam.
Oh yeah, on
platform.
Steam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
And it worked pretty well. It was called.
What was the name?
Oh shit! Blank page.
The studio was...
Horizon. L30 Interactive. Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I did this.
Horizon. Oh, okay. Nice.
So I had the
So it was your first mission?
Yeah, I was really excited about it.
Yeah.
With the 3D model was really complex.
Nice.
And they are working on the second one. So,
yes?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but the thing is that they have now a lead character and a lead environment artist working on it. So
okay.
we're still in touch and we're almost friends. I would have loved to go to Toronto working in-house with him, but unfortunately I couldn't. Okay. Yeah, perfect timing. Okay, so now let's say that we keep the process and we have this architecture, this structure, more textured, painted, and whatever. Now what is interesting to do is how we will colorize the picture.
Oh yes, good point. There is no color.
Because we only worked in grayscale here.
Oh.
So here is the first thing to do. We have the sun, so we will add a bit of depth, a bit of atmosphere,
Okay.
like so. So it's atmosphere, but it's the
Is it a gradient?
It's the light. Yeah, it's a gradient.
It's just a white
So
gradient.
it's just a white gradient
Okay.
that you put that.
Easy.
Okay, easy, but it gives you more the impression of the light of the sun
Okay.
hitting right beyond the structure. Then I will put some curves just to darken a little bit and have a better contrast with my focal point. Remember
Oh yes. Remember the focal
the
points.
grid focal points. So our points of interest in the image would be
Oh.
the mothership and the sun.
And the sun.
So they would have an interaction between the viewer and what is important in the image,
Wow.
the ship arriving, and the light source, because the light source is it's very often the focal point.
And this is and really, yeah.
The
The mothership
area.
would be with a
Yeah.
backlight.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what we would love to do, it's the golden hour in
Sunset.
photographs, so sunset gradients and nice colors. So here's a bunch of sunsets,
Okay.
and you really could experience the fact that your art director or is asking you for different types of sunsets.
Okay.
Okay, so if you started already in color this, you would be in trouble.
You'll be stuck if you want. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you want
you would have to
change,
to change with many different stuff. So that's why it's great to start in grayscale, because afterwards you have the possibility to change whatever you want in terms of colors, contrast, and stuff.
Okay.
It's easier. And if you start blocking with a background and then you take, let's say you take this image, okay, you take this image, and then for you it's the background image, all right? So the background image, it won't work because you put this one in the back, but all your elements are of course gray, so you would have to colorize the elements so that it's
Based on
coherent.
the-
It's coherent with the
With the
background
background.
that you put.
Yes.
Okay. So
So this is not good.
the solution, yeah, is not good. So what you can do, maybe it's put it on top of everything. But again, it's a photograph, so you have the sun. So let's imagine we could put the sun here, and maybe you can try the overlay mode or the filters. Well, it won't work properly.
Okay.
Okay, so what you can do, and I didn't load my my gradients, but whatever. What you can do is, I'm gonna show you many sunsets mood very quickly, just so you can see that how it could work. So here is the first sunset. Bam!
Whoa. Okay.
Okay, so how did I do that? Let me decompose. First, you can put a bit of curves and play with colors.
And with the RGB.
So you start to colorize your gray into another color.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go into the different
here
channels, the red channel, the green channel, blue, and you play with them just to change a little bit.
Okay.
A little. I insist on the little bit.
Very
it's
subtle.
not very subtle. Then.
Oh, there is a gradient here. Boom.
Boom. A gradient. Okay, so a gradient you can download on the internet. Sunset gradients. You just type on Google sunset gradients for Photoshop.
Okay.
And you might find on DeviantArt or other platforms free to use gradients.
Cool.
But basically, what is a gradient? You can have one here, because you can do, of course, your own gradients. Okay, put new gradient. Can't remember. How do you open the?
Click on the thumbnail.
Oh, the thumbnail. Okay, sorry. Okay, and here you have. You can choose the color that you want for your gradient. The transition between one color to another. So it's pretty fun. So basically, you can use a photo and then you color pick the gradient.
You sample the colors.
You sample the color and you do your own gradient.
Okay.
Okay.
That's easy.
So here's the gradient. So, and this gradient, normally when you do it, it's like this. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. So it's a crimson one, very hot one, very warm. And what I do is I put it on color burn, and you reduce the opacity. Okay, because color burn
it's very
burn everything.
Okay.
So you can have very harsh colors, very hot colors. It depends on what you want to do. And then you can play with color balance. So it's really to have fun with filters here. I really love to put filters onto another.
On top of filters, yeah.
On top of filters. Sometimes it's even too much. But you can play on midtones, on shadows, highlights.
Yeah.
If the shadows are too strong, if it's too blacky, you can.
And you can shift the colors.
You can shift the colors.
Saturate. Okay. Nice.
Second one. Then I emphasize the sun.
Yeah, the light. Okay.
You emphasize the sun with an overlay mode layer, and you just paint.
Yeah.
A saturated color, just to emphasize the sun.
Okay.
And you put sort of flare, sort of, diffuse light. All of this, it's study. You have to study a bit how the light works with the sun. So you have to study a bit how sunsets works in terms of light, of diffusions of the light.
I see.
But you just have.
It looks great.
You take references here. You can see this one. The halo is really awesome. So you do that. You can do that, just like I did with the overlay filter. You just put your. Okay, so another one.
Okay.
A smaller one.
Yeah.
And then the famous color lookup. The color lookup will freeze a bit the colors. It would be colder. Okay. And then back again,
Again.
a bit of light.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it seems very complex, but very complex. I don't know, but it maybe it's just to play with it, to play with different stuff, and just analyze how senses can work. Here's another one.
Oh, okay.
So this one is just again a multiply colored layer.
Okay.
That a gradient into crimson one.
Wow.
Then normal. Then I emphasized the sun once again, but with more yellowish color.
Yes, yes.
In overlay.
More sandy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This one, don't know exactly what it's
It
doing.
has big impact, this one.
And the curves to contrast a bit more
Okay, S-curve.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I invite you to play a lot with the curves. The curves, the colors, and
Gradients.
yeah, and play with multiply layer.
Yeah. All the blending options.
So you put the color and it would darken the image, but you play with transparency, you'll feel, and it's cool. You can even make it very, very crimson with both. Just try.
Wow. Yeah.
It's also the happy accident. I mean, sometimes you're just working, you duplicate what you're doing, say, wow,
that looks great.
It's great this way. Just like Kai did with the auto tone, auto contrast, or auto color. Sometimes you have very great results with that. So this one not really working well. This one's more romantic.
Yeah, dreamy.
So once again, just a halo in overlay, just to emphasize the sun. Okay, and the other one I did is this one. It's for me, it's my favorite because it feels like pollution in
polluted
the
air.
So I'm sure there's a lookup again. Oh no, not actually. So again, you have a gradient. So it's a sunset gradient already. So it's really blue, greenish, and yellowish. Then I colored with green just to have this polluted sensation. Feels like there's pollution.
There's a nuclear
and on top you just
molecule
put
somewhere.
your sun.
The sun again. Okay, emphasis on the sun.
It's a bit the halo that I showed.
Yeah.
The
flare.
It's sort of flare to more diffused light, and then you strengthen the contrast with curves again to darken everything just subtly. And saturation. It's all the question of having smooth transition. Yeah, smooth transition. Okay. So what's your favorite, guys?
That's all. One. This is one. Just type in the chat, okay? Two. 3. Or 4.
Or last one. Or maybe all together.
No. Okay, let's do it again. 1.
This one. 2. 3. Or fourth one.
Okay.
And what I propose is to do one live.
Oh, nice.
So maybe we can maybe this one will be, why not this one?
There's a battle between 2 and 4. Now 4 is coming back. Ooh.
Let me show you again. Number 1.
Yeah. 1 and 2, they have some people voting for 1 and 2.
Number 2, even 1, 2, very, very
intense.
punchy.
3, not so many votes for the 3.
Yeah.
No, they're not a big fan of the 3.
Too romantic. And number 4.
Yeah, I think it's between 1 and 4. And I guess that 4 is the winner.
4 is the winner?
Yeah, looking at the chat, yeah, that's what I feel.
So I proceed with this one to refine the image.
Okay.
Okay, guys, thanks. Okay, so what we will do is we will sample on a new layer and we'll do the gradient. Sorry, we'll do the gradient ourselves.
And we are live together for 18 minutes.
18 minutes.
Good?
Yeah, perfect.
Because with Sebastien, you never know.
I didn't die live of my bad cough, so I'm pretty happy. Okay, so very saturated yellow. Wow, this one. And it turns to
I'm asking, what are your brush properties on this part? Is it just a classic brush?
It's a very soft brush.
Very soft brush, okay.
Very soft brush. It's full opacity. Flow is 75%, but it's very soft. It's softer than the traditional soft round brush. That's why I call this super soft. It airbrush very large. Okay. Maybe we can take, since we will have vegetation here. There's a blue. Okay. So I can emphasize the pinky color. Okay. Now we'll duplicate them just to have very something with no transparency. Very great. Okay. Then we can even blur a little bit more for transition, so that the color melt very well. and then multiply. And with the result, you just can play with it. To darker a little bit more and saturate it. It's experimenting that I really like in Photoshop, experimenting some things like this. Okay.
I mean, as you said, like it's good. Like if you're a concept artist working for an art director, he says, "I want a sunset," and then, as you were showing, like a sunset doesn't mean anything. Like there are like 100 types of
absolutely
of sunsets.
Yeah. So what now? Another layer, overlay. You pick a gradient from color to opacity 0, and then you take the round one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what you can do with beams or flare, it's the same thing that you can. You can brush.
Okay.
Duplicate it. Squeeze. Reduce opacity. Same here. Duplicate again. Squeeze.
Yeah, the flare is very important.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Duplicate again.
Never paid attention to it. But now we'll pay attention.
Squeeze. Duplicate. Squeeze a lot. Okay. Gonna blur, motion blur, and then okay.
Like J.J. Abrams, yes. More lens flare.
selector, and then as you can see, it's a lot of duplication. You duplicate and you duplicate again.
Yeah, Command J, Command J, Command J.
And I'm gonna group it. Oh.
And we're still live with Sebastien for 10 minutes, a little bit less. And Therese Larsson will be joining us at the top of the hour in 15 minutes. I don't know if you watched the stream yesterday, but she painted a lot of animals, like cats. Yeah. Oh yeah, this sun is beautiful.
Just a bit of yellow. Okay. And then we can put some curves again to make it pop a little more. That's over the top.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, Nathan said that sometimes you just take some lens flare stock images, you know, put them and you add a blending mode such as screen.
Yeah, you can do that.
And you can save time. Yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Oh, and Corey Barkers, he did some lens flare brushes. Oh, okay. Corey was on the stream. He's a Photoshop master. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can. What I used to do is to export 2D renders from After Effects with a plugin called
Video Copilot.
Absolutely,
by Andrew Kramer. Oh, what's the name? Lens flare? Optical flare.
Optical flare, yeah.
Yeah, which is the one used by Star Trek. Yeah, J.J. Abrams.
And so I exported many lens flares from this.
That's the best plugin for After Effects.
And it's very great.
Yeah.
Okay. And then maybe some contrast. So once you have done that, you can. What is cool is then you have a palette. You have a palette, so now you can start painting again and work on other colors that you can bring, just like the hiker. You can
look what we have on Adobe Stock.
Yeah.
Even lens flares, you can find some on Adobe Stock. This one, yeah.
Yeah, the sun. I'm just showing you the old wave. Indeed,
you have more control here. You have more control.
From this picture because the green is awesome. Okay, let's see what Suzanne And, bring a bit more vegetation, foliage.
And we're still live together for 3 big minutes, so I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Sebastien.
Well, thank you.
Join me, people in the chat.
Everybody,
Thanks. I mean, it was
thanks
huge,
for attending.
Thanks for also like a lot of people were very grateful in the chat, saying, "Oh, thanks for preparing, like all these layers and this masterclass."
Cool.
In a way,
that's
like
cool.
you shared so many tricks, and
it's awesome to be there. I mean,
and now so now you can watch the replays and don't hesitate to share at any time. Maybe if you work on something, maybe within 2 weeks, even within 2 weeks, just add the hashtag Adobe Live, and we would be happy to share it with Sebastien. If you want to work on the concept art.
And you can join me, you can follow me on whatever platform is yours.
Yeah,
on
Behance.
Instagram, Behance. I post very regularly new artworks, and I'm gonna finish the 3 artworks I started with you. So
maybe you can do one Behance project with the 3 artworks and explain the story of Adobe Live. That would be awesome. Yeah, they're all very grateful. Yeah, thank you, Sebastien. It was really awesome.
Thanks.
And also thank you for making like 3 very different pictures with different approaches, like creative processes, and different tips and tricks. This one today is awesome, like working on a grayscale composition and just playing with the gradients and blending options to do different atmospheres. It's super.
I'm glad it interested people.
Yeah, super interesting.
Okay, I think just...
And Stefan was watching. Stefan Barrel.
The very last tip that I can give, and I like to do it when I finish a piece, is just to not sure I'm gonna... Yeah. It's to flatten the image.
Okay.
And then apply a high pass.
Oh yeah.
A high pass like 3 or 2.5 pixels.
Okay.
And it's great because when you put it in overlay mode, it makes your image
crispy.
clear and crispy.
Everything is crispy. Yeah.
Crispy.
Very good trick.
So what you can do
that you use in portraits.
Yeah.
Retouch techniques too.
And you can add noise. You can add a noise for more cinematic feel.
This picture is beautiful again. You made it again, Sebastien. 2 hours. Oh my god.
Oops, I did it.
Okay,
Well,
thank you
thanks.
again. Yeah, thank you, Sebastien. It was really a pleasure to have you with us over the 3 days. Hopefully, we'll be back one day on Adobe Live because the community really enjoyed what you were sharing. So
Thanks.
we only
that
have
would be great.
very nice feedback. So it's awesome.
Thank you guys, and see you on the social networks.
Yeah, don't hesitate to engage with Sebastien. We will be back in 5 minutes with Therese Larsson from Sweden. Please stay tuned on adobelive.com and see you soon. Bye, everyone.